we had the state treasurer, Dale Folwell, make news about the state employees health plan. Brief us on that.
Yeah, this is something that Dale Folwell has been talking about for a long time. Since his days in the General Assembly, he's been one of the people speaking out saying, look, we have not done enough to put aside the money that's needed to deal with these retiree health benefits, to some extent also the pension fund, but more so the retiree health benefits. The official statistics say that North Carolina's system is pretty well funded, but he's saying, look, you got to go beyond
he said it was on life support.
Right, but he says you have to go beyond those official statistics, look at what we really have set aside, and we're nowhere near what we need for these benefits. What's interesting is that he did make those claims, and we saw that the gentlemen who are sitting by us just passed a bill that by a 114-0 vote, I believe, that's going to study this retiree health care liability.
How long will that study go on?
It's going to be something that
it's government, right?
It's government, but they'll look at it. They'll get something. They'll have Dale Folwell and others at the table. They'll come up with something back to the General Assembly. I think what is probably more important is not what the study says, but whether there's going to be any appetite in the General Assembly to do anything about it.
Do you see a fix this cycle for this session for the state employees?
Well, I believe the fact that it's being studied, I don't imagine there's going to be a legislative solution proposed right now. The writing's on the wall in terms of the unfunded liability. The study is a measure to evaluate that writing on the wall and to bring forth legislative solutions. So I believe it'll probably be a matter for the next General Assembly.
You know, absolutely. Well, the liability in terms of the health care that's provided to retirees is something that's been in existence for many years. It's just only recently, within the last decade, that there was a requirement it be reported as a function of accounting, the change in accounting guidelines.
Would you say Folwell's right then?
Well, yeah, absolutely, and it's more prudent for the state to figure out a methodology to provide for this.
Right?
Well, and I think he's being appropriate in raising the caution flag now, as opposed to waiting for this liability to manifest itself, and suddenly billions of dollars would have to be taken out of the state's operational budget for things like schools and roads and such to pay for this liability. Yeah, I think that's always smart to try to get ahead of the curve.
Darren, way in here.
It's a national problem. Healthcare has been rising the cost for the last 25, 30 years. It slowed down a little bit during the Obama presidency, but it's going to continue to grow. Private businesses struggle with this just like the state governments. We are in a good position compared to some states. We're not as good as we can be. We're going to have to draw younger people and younger families into the state health plan to put it on a better financial
Chris,
footing.
you agree with Darren?
Well, not in whole. In regard to Obamacare, there's no doubt that the proof is actually in the numbers that a lot of the strain that's currently on the state health plan is because the rising health care costs that has been because of some imprudent policies that have really put upward pressure on healthcare numbers. I'd also say as well that I think it's prudent that Treasurer Folwell is actually shedding some light on the relationship between the state and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Transparency is always a good thing, and I think more individuals, including lawmakers, need to know about that relationship. So just like in the aspects of Trump, we can actually get a better deal.
And one of the main problems with this issue is it's the type of thing that no one really has to deal with it in a particular year, so they don't. They just keep kicking it down, saying, oh yeah, this is something we'll need to address. We'll need to address it. At some point, you actually will have to address it, and you want to do it before it becomes an actual emergency.
Final word, Darren?
Well, I want to address it as well, but I don't want to do it on the backs of the employees who are entitled to this health care, who've worked their career and earned it. We've got to figure out a way to keep the plan on strong financial footing, properly fund it, without cutting the benefits so that it's not worthless.
All right. I see you want to jump in, so you've got the final word here.
Yeah,
Stuart, you always have to have the final word.
No, it's just that I have to talk last. Some part of this may be the necessary step of looking at the structure of state employment. I mean, the reason why we have such rich retirement benefits is that's what it took to get people to work for the lesser pay that the public sector offers and to get them to stay on the job for longer periods of time. It's a different day. It's a different workforce. It's a different set of occupational needs within the structure of state government. We probably need to take a wholesale look at what it takes to attract and retain the kind of people we need to run our public sector.
I'm going to go to the under.